Hey everybody, it's Patrick. It's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I talk about long hair. Today I'm going to cover a topic that I haven't covered for about a year. And it's interesting because I have a couple of older videos that are really popular, I think because they get caught up in searches and people are still looking for the same information, which is great. But I've noticed on my newer videos, some folks are asking some questions about this subject, so I figured that I would cover it again. And we will, I'm going to do a tutorial and then cover some tips and tricks about putting your hair into a bun, or as many people keep insisting on calling it,
the man bun.
I don't know why people keep calling it the man bun, as if putting your hair in a bun is going to change your gender or whatever. But anyway, it's what people like to search for, and it's the way people talk about it, so that's fine. It's a style that's still popular, so I'm going to get right into the quick tutorial in case you're here just for that. This is how I put my hair into a bun, and it depends very much on your hair's texture, on the length of it, how much curliness you have. All sorts of things can factor into the way that you bun your hair. So this works for me, it might not work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, then you may want to look for somebody who has hair that looks more like yours, might be more curly, more kinky. My hair is very, very straight, as you can see. It doesn't really have much curl to it at all. It's also incredibly slippery in texture, which means that it doesn't hold styles very well. This style is basically the way my hair falls because of the natural part on this side and the widow's peak I have right up here. So this is short or long, my hair falls into this style, and I just keep it like that. It takes a lot of styling products to move it into something else. I also want you to know that I don't put my hair in a bun very often. I find that it's a style that works for me if it's very warm outside. It's also a style that works when I'm in the shower and I want to keep my hair dry, or anytime that I want to keep the hair off the back of my neck. But usually if I'm going around, I'm at work or I'm out and about, my hair's either down like this or it's in a ponytail. But I've gotten much better at putting it into a bun, so I'm going to show that to you right now. The first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you have a hair tie. I usually keep it on my wrist because it's easier to gain access to it the moment you have your hair in the bun, and it can be a little tricky to get the hair tie on, so you don't want to go reaching for it after you've got your hair connected correctly. So what I'm going to do first, I usually start with 2 thumbs at my temples, and I pull the hair that's up at the top of my head back. As you can see, my widow's peak is just showing right there. That's why this is one of the reasons that I don't bun my hair too much. So I just have the top part of my hair back now, and now I'm going to turn around and hopefully you can hear me. Now the next thing I'm going to do is just make sure I get all of the hair that's down here to the nape of my neck, all of that. I make sure that I capture all of that, smooth it out on top, and then with my left hand, in this case, I am going to pull my hair up and make a fairly tight twist at the bottom. So I'm going to twist it and capture it with my right hand, so it's nice and tightly twisted like that. And then with the rest, I'm going to start wrapping it around itself, twisting as I go. Now I don't twist all the way around as I'm going, I just make a little twist and then tuck the rest underneath. So now that everything's tucked underneath, I know you can't see it because my hand's covering it. You take your hair tie, make a loop, hair tie again, and then it just sort of goes into place here. I have a little bump right up here. So if you can see, my hair is very tight at this point. So I'm going to just pull this out a bit from the bun. So that's basically it. And like I said, because of my widow's peak here, the little area that's a little bit thinner than the rest of my hair, I usually don't do it, but if I keep my side part, it tends to pull very strangely, and it'll pull the bun over to the right side of my head. So let's see it again. It's right back there. It's a good size. So that's basically the tutorial. All you've got to do is take your hair, pull it up make sure you get all of it. For my hair, it makes the most sense to start at the temples and then get the bottom part, and that's because my hair is all one length. It all lands at one length, but the length of the hair is various different lengths in order to get from the top of your head down to the bottom. And then in the back, of course, there's different lengths there as well. So I've got that, and so it's easier to do it in two sections. First, the top, and then the bottom. And then you take it, you pull one section up, usually with the hand that doesn't have your tie on it. You use the opposite hand, whichever hand that is, twist it in the direction you're going to wrap it. And usually that's away from this hand. So you pull it up, twist it away from the hand until you get a nice tight area right at the base of where the bun's going to be, because that's going to hold the hair this way, right? And then you start twisting it a little more loosely. Now, as you twist your hair, when this happens, you're going to get less and less of it if it's all one length, because your hairs just tend to, they're all not the same length, they're all even, if that makes sense. So you're going to start twisting it, you'll get less and less. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you capture as much as possible. And the looser you do that, as you twist, again, away and you're wrapping, you're basically making like a rope sort of thing. Try to capture as much hair as you can inside of that, and then wrap it around. And what I try to do is make sure that the loosest part of the hair, which is at the end, ends up somewhat at the top here, so that I can tuck it underneath here. Does that make sense? I'm asking you as if you can answer me, but so if you have more hair that's loose up at top, it's not going to fall out at the bottom. Now, if your hair is curlier, that doesn't matter so much. Some guys don't mind having a little bit come out underneath, because the hair can be a little bit looser. My hair is so slippery that if I don't have it all captured in that sort of tennis ball sized bun at the top of my head, then it doesn't work at all. It all just sort of falls out, or I look like I have a little tiny mini head with a little mullet coming down, and that's not a good look. Anyway, so that's how I do my hair. Some other questions that people have had about it. Do you have to have a particular length for hair? I think so. The hair at the back has to be able to reach up to where the bun is and get caught somewhere in that loop. So make sure that you are able to do that. If your hair isn't that length, you may want to do a bun just up at top. You can do the exact same process right at the top and let the rest of it be loose. You can also, if you have hair that isn't an appropriate length, you can also make the bun first and then make a second little twist it around your bun if you can reach, and then capture it with your hair tie. You can also use two hair ties, which is in my original, it's called the Easier Man Bun tutorial. So, and I'll link that somewhere around here, so you can check that out as well. A lot of questions about the nape hair, which is the hair that's back here. When you're growing your hair out, guys with shorter hair, I should say, tend to get this cleaned up. Either they'll get it shaved or they'll get it cut very close to the neck. As you're growing your hair out, especially if it's been many months when you haven't had a haircut, this can get long, but it doesn't really grow as long as the rest of your hair. It's more kind of like body hair or something. So I say either get this cleaned up before you're going to start trying to throw it into a bun, or be comfortable with it just being there, just kind of hanging. And if it's not really clean, that's something that you can actually clean up yourself. I wouldn't try to clean that up with a buzzer, with a shaver yourself, because it's going to be jagged and uneven. But with a pair of scissors, a pair of really sharp hair cutting scissors, make sure you get hair cutting scissors, because other scissors can make your hair really, really nasty if you start to cut it wrong. Just cut it to a length, and if it's just hair coming down, if it's not a perfect edge, it's going to look fine, and you can capture that in your hair. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. Like I said, I haven't done a bun tutorial for a long time because I don't tend to wear my hair in a bun like this. It does look like I have short hair now, which is amazing. So I'm going to take this down again because I like for my hair to be down. and to the side, so it doesn't look like my hair is as balding as it is. And it's funny, there you go. I've had this forever. It could be a sign of age, but it's really not. Since I was a teenager, I've had this little divot in my head. Anyway, I'm here every Tuesday talking about long hair. It'd be great if you'd subscribe if you want to. If you have any more questions about hair, long hair, how to put it into a particular style, I will look that up for you and try to help you with that. You can subscribe below to get notified of that. There's also a bunch of other weird and crazy stuff happening on this channel. It's very different from hair. I would love it if you would keep up with that, but if not, thanks for joining me this time, and I will see you again next time if you come back.